Yo, hi. I have been I spent 30 to 15, 30 to 50% of time on studying and just do nothing or play League of Legends other times. Studying mathematics is fine, but studying other subjects is kind of shit. Okay, also it's the first time I study. This is the first time I study English today, and I expected it to be kind of bad, but actually it's fine. It's only that I only can study Chinese, I think. Like Chinese is so boring. Mathematics is not boring, that's all I would say. And economics and accounting is kind of fine, and English seems pretty fine too. But Chinese is boring as fuck. I just finished this paper, the listening paper, and I'm checking about my mistakes. Actually, dumb mistake like this when we just start, and I heard last spring, and I was like, what's happened? And it was actually last spring. Okay.
It's 750.
Still
Also, I missed the dollar sign on this, and I don't know why the answer is this shit. That was so weird.
a lot more to be discovered.
That's right. We always want to find out more.
So can you tell us about what you've discovered so far?
To the surface.
Yes, that's
Thin legs.
They do look like fish.
The ones, it is actually quite near the coast. Yes, that's right.
So how long have you been researching this area?
Well, our research began last spring.
Yes, last spring. And I thought it was last spring, and I was like, how's that related at all? Oh my god. And for this question, I thought the second was this because the recording said it looks like alien and spider and has 8 legs, but I thought this is like Linux or something.
So, right.
They do look like fish, but they don't really look like snails.
Legged isopods, and they're about the size of a human hand, and 8-legged Earth.
What's this one here? It looks quite alien.
No, it's from Earth. This is another species we filmed. They are long-legged isopods, and they're about the size of a human hand. They look a lot like spiders. They have very small bodies and 8 long, very thin legs.
Yes.
Oh, it's that very thin legs. That's why the answer is this instead of this.
Like spiders.
The third interesting creature, bodies, and usually 4 legs that extend from the top. This one has just 2. You can see here that all these legs help them climb over rocks.
On the top of its head.
No, those are more legs.
Right. Let's go back to the snailfish. They look very fragile. Are they?
Well, they are very delicate animals, but they do have hard parts. Actually, their teeth and ear bones are the hardest structures in...
Oh, they actually said ear bone, but he didn't say ass, and I have to ask myself
hard
why.
parts. Actually, their teeth and ear bones are the...
Oh, they does. Okay, sorry.
do have hard parts. Actually, their teeth and ear bones are the...
Teeth and ear bones.
hardest structures in their bodies.
Oh, that's interesting. I thought their spines would be the toughest part, as you can see them in the picture. So they have hard teeth, you say?
Yes, they use them to scare off other fish.
Right.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't listen carefully enough. I thought they say scare out other species. Okay. And for this...
So I get it why they would...
Technology which was very modern for that time. The main piece of technology was a steam engine that had originally been built to power trains. This meant that it could travel quite quickly.
So, a steam engine. Would that have helped them sail even when there was no wind? Is that the idea?
Yeah, that's right. It was very powerful. Here's an example of a similar steam engine. You can see how impressive it is.
Wow, yeah.
Another aspect of technology that was quite advanced at the time was
I wonder whether I can just write steam engine, but I don't know.
Special is very powerful. Here's an example. Steam engine. And the ship, which was called the Shadow, finally began its journey 3 years later in 1821. Here you can see a picture of the Shadow and what experts think happened to it on the ice. The ship used technology which was very modern for that time. The main piece of technology was a steam engine that had originally been built to power trains. This meant that it could travel quite quickly.
So, a steam engine. Would that have helped them sail even when there was no wind? Is that the idea?
Yeah, that's right. It was very powerful. Here's an example of a similar steam engine. You can see how impressive it is.
Wow, yeah.
Another aspect of technology that was quite advanced at the time was a special heating system. This heating system, it was inside the ship, was powered by steam as well, and it would help the crew keep warm, even in the freezing cold.
Right, yeah.
Right, moving on. Here we can see what the ship's galley would have looked like.
What's a galley? Is that like a kitchen?
Yeah, I think so. Whoa, that's a... a lot of soup.
By late afternoon.
Good new audiobook, The Rise of the Leopard God.
Chapter 1. Through the Jungle. On the first day of our search, my team and I left the jungle campsite with 2 experienced guides. They knew the area well, grown up hearing stories of the leopard god. Their ancestors had the greatest respect for the leopard god because the leopard would have been the most powerful animal in the jungle. Luckily, we didn't see real, live leopards. We did, however, meet some very curious, wild animals on our journey. Monkeys followed us in the trees.
Have never seen Sam as hadn't seen, or do you use had never seen? I think you don't say had never, right? What? Very. I had very nani.
He's above our head.
Last question. I don't know. You have to act. Yeah, in their lives. What in their life and their. Very naughty. Is it okay for us to have you on this? Yes. I literally don't look like. I thought you don't have to add ass on lives. I mean this like daily life. I think you don't have to add ass. But the answer scheme, marking scheme is an ass here. So how about in their life also have ass or what? Very nani. People literally have conflicting ideas. Just make Nox an ass teacher, I think. And life singular. Yeah, but I'm talking about this life, like daily life instead of life. So I don't know which is correct. It's definite. I slept 6 a.m. 2 days before, and my body was dead. And yesterday I tried starting to live. I tried starting to sleep at like 12 a.m. or what, and I feels like I end up falling asleep at 2 a.m. or what, and I'm still feeling pretty bad right now. My body is pretty fucked. Yeah, today is so cold. Oh. What else is... Powered by steam engine. I only wrote steam engine. The code feature steam engine. Okay, I think powered by is better. Like I don't understand about this. Like he asked the benefits of a thing, then why do you have to make it as a past tense? I wrote saves instead of saved. Life is work though. You don't say daily life. Oh, I never knew about that. And life is plural. Okay. Save and speaking is different from reading though, and so it's good. Is he doing homework? No, I'm doing revision. There's English listening mock exam tomorrow and also English writing exam, so I'm doing revision for those. And for this, okay, I think this is my problem. I only wrote put on a show once a month. It depends on the contest. The contest is this. Is how people use those things in their life or lives. I think the answer is lives. After seeing you guys' explanation. My English is honestly pretty bad. Chinese is weird too, XD. Also, wait, LYF is leaf. LIFE is life, and LIVES is the plural form of LIFE. Okay. And steady LIF instead of steady LIVE. Okay, I think I know what's the problem. I can't understand this question too. Like the recording said, the leopards would have been the most powerful animal in the jungle, but in the marking scheme, it said the leopard is most powerful animal. Why he don't use was instead of is this because I just can't understand about this. And did I make other mistakes? That is marking scheme though. Still around because work. Don't know where you're talking about, but at least I understand about most of the answers now. Maybe I should move on. Kind of get the point already. Maybe I should do one more. Yeah, maybe actually do one more. Or should I try? I don't know, man. Okay, let's do one more listening, I think. Do one more listening and check the answers, and then just chat for a bit more, then I will turn off the stream. Where can I find? Wait, how did I find? Oh, I search. What? Just randomly pick an ear, I think. It's writing. Have I done this before? I don't think so. What? Oh, it's part B. Okay.
Part A is about to begin. Part A, situation. Sarah Lowe is a student at a secondary school. She is also the editor of the school IT club.
Wait, I have the answers right. Okay. Let me get some paper to do it. Or I just throw in. Since I'm streaming, let's do on computer for once.
Club's online magazine. You will hear several conversations involving Sarah discussing various topics related to young people and IT. In Part A, you will have a total of 4 tasks to do. Follow the instructions in the question-answer book and in the recording to complete the tasks. You will find all the information you need in the question-answer book and the recording. You now have 2 minutes to familiarize yourself with tasks 1 to 4. Task 1. Sarah is meeting with Miss Chan, the school principal, and Miss Reyes, a science teacher at the school, about the school's mobile phone use policy. Listen to the discussion and write the information in the spaces below. The first one has been provided as an example. You now have 30 seconds to study the task. At the end of the task, you will have 1 minute to tidy up your answers.
Good morning, Sarah. Come in. I thought it would be useful to have Miss Reyes here as well to hear about your survey.
Good morning, Sarah.
Hello.
Okay, so as I was saying, Miss Reyes, Sarah, and her team at our IT Club online magazine have been doing a survey where they've been asking students about mobile phone use during the school day. So, Sarah,
oh my god, I'm trolling so hard. I was like, what, like, how was that the same thing? $2,000 IQ.
Task 1.
You know what to tick.
At the end of the task, you will have 1 minute to tidy up your answers.
Excuse me, my name's Linda Lee and I work for the Airport Authority's Research Division. We're trying to find out what travellers think of the facilities here. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions?
Not at all. My flight's been delayed several hours, so I have all the time in the world.
You look very smartly dressed. Am I right in thinking you're on a work-related trip?
Well, thanks, but no, I'm not. I usually dress smartly because it gives you a better chance of being upgraded to business or first class if the plane is overbooked.
Clever. I've never thought of that.
Kicked up.
So you're heading off for a nice holiday somewhere.
I wish I were. Unfortunately, my mother, she lives in the UK, has been taken ill, so I'm going home to see her.
Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that. So you know what to tick there, Chris? Well, I guess you've already answered my second question, which is about the length of your flight. London is quite a distance, isn't it?
Oh.
You can say that again. Though I still think doing the trip in 13 hours is something of a miracle.
And how often do you fly each year? Is it just once or twice?
Oh, no. I fly way more than that. I have to do a lot of travelling for work, so I reckon probably about 10 to 12 trips a year.
Wow, up to a dozen trips a year? That's a lot. And do you fly to the UK often?
Not really. This is the first time in years, actually. I can't bear the weather, you know. I prefer Thailand for my holidays, so I fly to Bangkok several times a year. Bangkok's so close. I also go to Singapore for business quite frequently, and as my daughter's studying in Australia, I fly to Sydney quite often. That's S-Y, not S-I. You spelt it wrong.
Oh, Chris.
I didn't.
Just
Shut
copy
up.
it from the flight information up there.
What?
Now, what do you most like about the environment of this airport? I mean, the layout, the design, that kind of thing.
Well, firstly, I really appreciate the daylight.
Daylight?
Yes, so many airports are all closed in and gloomy. They make you feel like you're in a plane already. But all these windows, they make it seem as if you're outside. It's very thoughtful of the designers. Another thing I like is that there's plenty of lounge space.
What do you mean by lounge space?
Well, take the seats we're sitting on in this lounge, for example. There's a big space between each row. Some airports cram all the passengers together while they're waiting, so they're all hot and bothered before they even get on the plane.
That's a good point.
And a third thing I like is the moving walkways. Airports are getting bigger and bigger, but not all of them have moving walkways. Sometimes you have to walk for miles to get to the boarding gate or the immigration desk.
I know what you mean. London Airport is especially bad. Let me ask you about the things you don't like now. What are the things that you think could be improved?
Well, I have to say the shops are often overcrowded. There are plenty of them, but really not enough space to move around them comfortably. Another thing is, there's no post office in the transit lounge. I've got a whole bunch of checks I need to send here and nowhere to post them.
That's a nuisance. We'll have to do something about that.
Oh, and I suppose one more thing is the trolleys are too small.
That's TROLLEY, Chris.
I don't mean the trolleys in the check-in hall. I mean the transit lounge ones.
You'd better specify that, Chris. He means only the transit lounge trolleys. Okay, finally, what I'd like to do is ask you to compare Hong Kong with Singapore Airport, which is one you say you go to quite often. So would you say Singapore Airport is better, worse, or about the same as regards facilities?
I'm afraid I'd have to say I like Singapore Airport more. Yeah, it still has the edge over everywhere else.
And what is it that makes it superior to Hong Kong? Anything in particular?
Well, for one thing, it has more greenery. You know, potted palms, flowers. There's even a garden. Yeah, more greenery.
Right, more greenery.
And another thing is, it has a movie theatre. You know, a cinema where you can watch free movies.
Wow, that's great. Well, thanks for taking the time to talk to us.
My pleasure.
And I hope you can find something to occupy yourself for the next few hours. In the meantime, put your business card in our lucky draw hat. You could at least win some DVDs for yourself.
That's the end of task 1. You now have 1 minute.
Fairy Nanny. This must be right. This must be right. Bangkok, Sydney, the environment, daylight. I think you have to add as launch space, moving walkways, move cloud. I don't know what is this. Post store or post off or something. Transit crowd. More greenery better has a movie theater. Other than 10 to 12 Bangkok Sydney, why don't you have to add as for daylight? And lots of moving walkways over cloud. No postal service, post office. Trolleys. Okay, I literally heard that word. Greenery. Okay, this is correct. This is wrong. Fairy Nanny. Wait, not this. I added this correct. 1, 2. 3. Fairy Nani. Daylight is uncountable. Wow. Really? Oh, I thought I don't know that daylight means the light from the sun. Oops. I thought daylight is just the light from the bulbs or something. Okay.
Task 2. Linda is now interviewing another traveller about what facilities or features would be important in a new lounge area that is being planned at the airport. Listen to the traveller's answers and rank the facilities in order of how important she thinks they are. Then note down her reasons and finally write the letter for the facility, feature in the correct boxes 1 to 6 on page 5. You now have 30 seconds to study the task. At the end of the task, you'll have 1 minute to tidy up your answers.
This seems easy.
Excuse me, madam. My name's Linda Lee and I work for the Airport Authority. Are you waiting for the London flight?
Yeah, it's been delayed and I have no idea how to fill the time.
Well, perhaps you could spare a few moments to look at this plan for a new lounge area which we're intending to build. We'd really appreciate your comments on it. We'll be including all the facilities and features on this list and would like you first of all to rank them in order of how important you think they are.
OK, let's have a look at them. Well...
I notice you have a coffee there. Would you say that a coffee shop was the most important thing to have in the lounge?
Well, it certainly helps, especially when you have to wait all day for your plane. But I'd say it was of average importance, really.
So you'd put it in the middle of the scale?
Sure. As far as I'm concerned, toilets are the main requirement. I always get nervous before a flight and need to, you know.
So what do you think is the least important facility?
I guess it has to be the children's play area. No, wait a minute. If you've got kids, I suppose you'd really appreciate something like that. Let's say the internet corner. Yeah,
I knew it because his female.
You can tell I'm not an online sort of person.
But you'd rate the children's play area as a better facility to have than a coffee shop, would you?
Oh no, I prefer coffee to kids. At least with a coffee you can chuck it away if you don't like it. I'm only joking.
Oh my god, I forgot.
So that means greenery as number 2. I mean plants. You rate that very highly, do you?
Yes, I suppose I do.
Do you have any particular reason for that?
Yes. I think greenery, or plants, whatever you want to call it, adds colour and freshness to a lounge.
It adds colour and freshness. Make a note of that, Chris. And what about toilets? Why did you put them at the top of your scale?
Because the toilets on the plane are often cramped and smelly.
Not on every airline, surely. Most toilets on airplanes are cramped, but they're seldom smelly.
Well, I always travel cheap, so I don't expect the best.
Perhaps you shouldn't drink so much coffee before you get on.
Having coffee shops is a must, though. Everyone knows the coffee on planes tastes bad, and it's always lukewarm. You know, never hot enough.
That's not always true.
It is. Show me an airline where the coffee isn't rubbish.
All right.
Wow,
let's
toxic.
move on to the internet corner. And let's try not to be rude about people who love computers.
Well, the reason I don't think it's necessary is that these days, most people use their own devices.
You mean their own devices like smartphones and tablets?
Yeah, everyone seems to have them, and they're all connected to the internet.
Okay, good reason. Now, how about this last one here? The children's play area. Why did you put it second from bottom on the scale?
I guess because there are good and bad reasons for having one. If you're a parent, the good reason is a play area helps kids use up their energy. Younger kids especially have so much energy, and it's better to use up some of it before they get on the plane. A reason not to have a play area is that, of course, kids can be noisy, and the last thing other passengers want is a bunch of noisy kids playing while they're waiting to get on the plane. It just adds to the tension.
Okay, that's really helpful. Now, there's just one more thing I'd like you to look at before we let you go. This is a floor plan of the new lounge area. Now, thinking about what you've said already, where would you position the plants, the ferns, palms and things?
Oh, without a doubt, in the middle. It would create a sort of avenue effect. Yeah, right down the centre there.
Okay. Chris, just write the letter A there. And I guess you'd put the toilets here, yes?
Sure, right by the gate. They should be the closest thing to the gate, in fact.
There we go. And the coffee shop. Where would you put that?
Again, very close to the gate. Somewhere convenient, like there, at the end of the walkway, and with a window so you can see the view while you're drinking.
Let Chris just make a note of that.
And what's this? Ah, sleeper chairs. You haven't mentioned those before.
Ah, they're a new kind of reclining chair, which allows you to sleep if you have a long wait ahead, or you're transferring.
What? 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 Hello? What the hell?
Task 2.
Centre there, the side of the plants from the gate. You don't really want people staring at you sleeping while they're waiting.
Long wait ahead, or you're transferring from another long flight.
I see, a sort of first-class lounge seat. Well, I think the obvious place would be on the other side of the plants from the gate. You don't really want people staring at you sleeping while they're waiting. You've got lots of privacy here and a window to look through too.
Good points. And now the last two things. I'm afraid the internet corner has already been confirmed as part of the plan. So, would you put it in the actual corner on the bottom to the right there?
No, I think that space would be better reserved for the play area. It's away from where most of the passengers sit, so they wouldn't be disturbed by the noise. The computer nerds can take the area next to it at the foot of the plan. Serves them right.
Well, thank you so much. It's been fun talking to you, and I hope you find something to occupy yourself while you wait for your flight.
No problem. I guess I'll just go and have another coffee.
I delete the...
Oh, one more thing. Put your business card or your name and address.
I deleted my own answer because of mistakes. I don't have printer, but I think I remember. I literally forgot. Okay, I think it's like this. As card and freshness, tortoise and plain. It's not most people uses or use. Most people are singular, I think. Same as everyone. Right. So uses the area. Okay. 操卷用手寫練字速，但係我冇 print。冇 printer。不過我應該用字做的確。1354 S current flashless. Always. Oh my god. How do I make Fairy Nani? Most people use their own always. You don't need as. Can be noisy. Perhaps keys use up their energy. CBAD. What? Oh, it's there, right? FE. Okay. Newspaper. Hi, I'm from Korea. Hi. I don't know when will be the next time that I play Tetris though. Tetris is not entertaining for me. Unless I put a ton of time on it. But I don't want to pressure myself to put certain amounts of time for a thing every day, since I have to work for exam. Okay, I will just talk for a bit longer and close stream and continue doing revision. Ask me things if you have something to ask me. Otherwise, I will close stream really quickly. I start playing again and actually got to master. Very nani. Like I literally can't study for a whole day every day. What do you mean by bruh? It's still not updated. Fuck. Okay, I'm just gonna close stream and finish the exercise myself, since doing on paper is better because I have to train my writing speed. Okay, bye.